Hi everyone! I am here with Jen Gilk, a longtime member of Functional Fitness. How long have you been training here?
Just since last fall.
Oh really?
So not so long.
I feel like she's a veteran. She walks in, she knows what she's doing, but not so long. Wow. Okay, what brought you into Functional Fitness?
It was finally time
Okay.
that I needed to stop the slide.
Okay.
Gaining a little bit of weight every year, constantly being weak, and Sherry Ford got me started on a challenge
Love
last
it.
September,
Okay.
and I said, okay, it's time. I had done one challenge several years ago,
Okay.
and it just was not the right time in my life that I was able to commit to functional fitness, but finally last fall was, and so I started, and at the end of the challenge period, I realized this is now workable for me and I need to continue.
Awesome. So did you do things outside, like before you joined Functional Fitness, would you say you were a pretty active person?
Active but not consistent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Functional Fitness has kind of helped with consistency.
It's helped with consistency. In my life, if something is on my calendar, it will happen. And if it's not on my calendar, it won't happen.
Okay.
So it works really well for me because I sign up for the classes ahead of time. I get them on my work calendar and my personal calendar,
Mm-hmm.
and then they happen.
Okay. That's the business lady in you, huh?
Well, I come, I show up, I do what the coaches tell me to do.
Mm-hmm.
I work hard during team training, and then we get done and I get to leave.
Okay. So you've had some ups and downs. Tell us about your journey so far. You kind of just did, but your journey here, how has that been? Have you had ups and downs?
So, sure, to some extent. The ups are definitely the consistent workouts, the strength. I love that last Christmas when we went skiing.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little concerned about whether the workouts had been hard enough
Yeah.
and heavy enough to do what I need to do to get ready for downhill skiing. They were. It was
Awesome.
Fabulous. It was a cakewalk.
Good.
During skiing.
You went with your family?
Yep. My
Okay,
legs
cool.
were strong enough. My cardio was awesome. It was a piece of cake.
I love that.
So I was thrilled about that.
Mm-hmm.
The downs are the whole COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan, for me, I'm not a fan of working out at home.
Yes.
Functional Fitness has done an awesome job adapting to all of that stuff, but I'm really happy to be back in the gym.
I am too.
And I'm really happy to do the new workout cycle, which I hear is less bands and more
Yes.
weights. So
We got a good
seems
cycle
really good.
coming up.
Yeah, so I'm excited. And then the nutrition piece, Ash, I finally decided I would try some nutrition coaching, and that's been. I read a lot. I'm a student. I'm a studier.
Mm-hmm.
So I've read a lot about paleo, and I've already been doing that for 6 years.
Awesome.
But it's been interesting to see what Ashley chooses to tweak
Okay.
for me, and we're kind of doing one giant experiment, and that's kind of interesting.
I love that. What do you think has changed since you started working with Ashley on nutrition?
Well, about 6 or 7 years ago, I found out I did a extremely low carb protocol,
Okay.
which the weight dropped off like crazy. It was awesome. During that I found out I was gluten intolerant.
Okay.
So I actually have eaten ever since very low carb.
Okay.
When Ashley, but it sort of had stopped working, so to speak. My body had adapted to it, and when I started working with Ashley, she made me log a couple of weeks of, okay, what's your normal eating pattern? And much to my stunned amazement, I found I was eating like 800 to 1,000 calories a day
Okay.
for 6 years.
Wow. And you had no idea.
And I had no idea the calorie count was that low. So and I had even incorporated a couple of days a week of 24-hour fasts,
Okay.
and nothing was budging. And I've read about people who are eating such low calorie count, they're actually starving themselves. But I did not put that together.
Right.
That was actually me. So my body had adapted to what are probably starvation circumstances.
Oh my gosh, isn't that crazy?
And I had no idea. So Ashley pointed that out to me. So one of the great benefits of working with Ashley is that we are teaching my body, no, it's fine, you're not in starvation mode. You can eat more and not have to hang on to all those calories. So I'm actually getting to eat more and not gain weight. So that's kind of fun. That's a different
That is fun
experience
because
for
I
me.
think people think, when you think of losing weight, it is like starving yourself, and here you're like working on eating more.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then we're playing with the macros, especially protein and fat, to make sure I'm getting enough protein to actually build muscle through the workouts.
Yeah.
Because I may not have been getting enough protein before to build muscle. So you can't burn more gas if you don't have bigger engines.
Yes.
And then the fat has all kinds of things associated with it. So it's
Cool.
we're still tweaking. I am happy that I'm a huge challenge for Ashley. Because I think most of what, at least an initial phase for people who are trying to lose weight, it's cut out carbs, quit eating junk food, stop drinking soda.
And you've been doing that forever.
And I've been doing that for 6
Yep.
years. Stop eating, or temper your intake of food, cut out the sugar and cut out gluten. Well, I've been doing that for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
So
you're like an A student.
Well, I'm a little bit more. I prefer to sandwich challenge.
An A challenge student. We'll see.
To Ashley. So it's an interesting journey.
Good.
I am excited to see where she can take me.
I am too. Why do you think you've been successful here? Because I feel like you really have been successful. Like you show up, like you said, so I think consistency for you is what's been successful, but anything else that sticks out?
Honestly, for me, I'd say there's two components. It is the scheduling. There have been times that I've been here, a lot of the times, the times that I work out, there are probably a couple open spots. You could probably just show up and fit in most of the time, not always, but most of the time. I don't take that chance. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't happen. So the signing up for class ahead of time, scheduling, that's been a huge deal for me. And Jake is usually the coach who's at the team trainings that I end up signing up for. And Jake does a really nice job of during the workout of walking around and correcting people's forms and giving them encouragement, and there's only 15 seconds left, and really sort of doing continual color commentary to push us onward, and that's helpful.
I love that. It is very helpful, because when you're sitting there and you're in the workout, you're like, how much longer? And you can do anything for 15 seconds.
Exactly.
Just keep going. You're almost there. Yeah, Jake is great. I love it.
Keep going.
Anything else that you want to say to anyone about functional fitness?
The only other thing I will say is the current benefits are great. The strength, the cardio, I can go skiing, I can lug stuff up and down the hill in my backyard and do my gardening without, getting winded. But the other reason why I'm here is every workout is money in the bank for when I'm 80 years old.
Absolutely.
Or 85 years old, or 90 years old. It's never too late to start, but don't wait to start. A big part of the reason I'm here is so that when I'm 80, I've got 30 years of working out with weight, so that my bone strength is better and my reflexes are better, and I haven't lost that movement. Even now, I fell on the ice. I'm 53. I fell on the ice far less last winter than I have in a few years. When I did fall, I could catch myself, my reflexes were faster,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sore for 2 weeks after I fell
Yeah.
from the jar.
And you could get back up.
And I could get back up,
Yeah.
and it, you know, so it's been a big deal now, but for me, it's also money in the bank
Yeah, absolutely.
for hopefully when I'm older.
Yeah, and then you know you have young kids now, but and if you have like you have a family, you can go skiing with them. You'll be able to
Yeah.
do these
Yeah.
activities with them down the road, and
Exactly.
I love it. Planning for the future.
Keeping at
So, okay, well, thank you for coming in.
You're
Last
welcome.
minute, kind of, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys later.